Everyone that has the mental capacity must deal with the concept of a supernatural higher power. I call this your God concept. I'm Dr. Rich Masek, the author of the book Ideolatry, God is Not Your Problem. Today, I'll discuss some specific things that can influence your concept of God. There are many things that people might consider to be their higher power. A higher power might be a religion or a deity that must be observed, placated, and worshipped. But instead of worshiping the God of the Bible as the higher power, a person that rejects God may embrace a substitute. A person might adopt a higher power God concept, which might involve a thing, an activity, a single being, or a variety of beings. God concepts might include nature. God is in everything. Humanism, the inherent goodness of man, or possibly even a specific human that has risen to godlike status, such as in ancient mythology. Still other God concepts might include a variety of activities or pursuits that attain a God status in an individual's life, such as sports or even one's career. The concept of a higher power or God can be difficult for the human mind, because one universal challenge that all of us humans face is the power of our intellect. We tend to approach the higher power God concept intellectually, but this is a spiritual question, not an intellectual one. Some only begin to understand the concept of God as they mature, because there was a God void or godlessness early in their lives. Others rebel against their early exposure to the concept of the God of the Bible as the higher power. Still others embrace what they were originally taught about God throughout their lives, and may maintain their beliefs without challenge or exploration as to who the God of the Bible actually says he is. The human intellect can distort the spiritual truth of who the God of the Bible is and simply deny his existence altogether. Whether your intellect will acknowledge it or not, there is a void in human beings that we might call a spiritual receptor site that our intellect just can't fill. We can understand this receptor site concept by examining the physical actions of our own bodies. In order to function properly, the cells in our bodies have receptors that are shaped to receive specific chemicals, nutrients, hormones, and the like. And if the right things fill the receptors, everything works correctly. However, if a virus or bacteria or chemical that has a similar shape fills a particular receptor, the proper action of that cell can be compromised. Diseases can result that can disable or possibly even kill your body. The receptor site in the human spirit works the same way, and it can only be properly filled by the God of the Bible in order to function the way he designed it. We humans are inherently driven to fill that God-shaped hole because we need the spiritual nourishment that only God supplies. The true God of the Bible fits perfectly into that spiritual receptor site because he created man to have a relationship with him. But a person will find a substitute and fill it with some other type of God if the true God is not allowed to fill the receptor. And spiritual disease and death results by trying to fill our spiritual receptor site with anything but God. The conclusions that you draw about God and the choices that you make begin to develop early in life. Your decisions are influenced to a great extent by your life filters, and these life filters can have a significant effect upon your choice of what you believe. Regardless of the decision, acceptance of whether or not God exists is a matter of faith, and you alone decide what you will use to fill your spiritual receptor site. Will you allow the God of the Bible to fill yours? I invite you to read Ideolatry and explore your own God concept. If you are open to hear, you may gain a deeper understanding of real truth through God's Word. Check it out at ideolatry.com, where you can read my blog and download a free chapter. And please join me for the next episode, when we will explore the influence of our life filters.